Okay, good morning, all of you. So we'll continue with the buoyancy question, buoyancy related question. Fine. Okay, let's consider the air. I have a cylinder. The cylinder, no, I will remove an hemisphere. So everything this is liquid. Also, this is water. So let this be R, 2R, cylinder of height 3R. So what is the force exerted by water on the curved say surface at the bottom of the cylinder? So what you have to find out? Find the force exerted by water on curved surface of bottom. Okay, no. It's a very simple question I'm asking. You can neglect atmospheric pressure. It doesn't need. Find the force exerted by water on curved surface at bottom of cylinder. Now, what is the liquid? Okay, let's go for the force exerted by the liquid. So the liquid here will exert a force. The red color arrows will give the direction of force. I'm taking this part. There's a question, no? So let me go for diagram showing all things clearly. So what about the forces that are liquid air which is present on the top will exert a force. The liquid which is present beside will exert a force like this. And what about the liquid? The liquid which is present here it will exert force here, no? Because what is the property of liquid? On what all surfaces it comes in contact, it will exert a force. Will agree? Okay, now let's analyze how to calculate the force on the curved surface. Okay, let this force, the resultant force exerted on the surface 2, let it be, this is F2. Let this force be F1. Let this be F2. Can we, what is asking? The question is asked F1, no? So what is the basic definition? Or is how you define by upward thrust? Net force exerted by the liquid on the solid. So we'll go for basic definition of buoyant force. So what is the definition of buoyant force says? FB is equal to, I'll write, I think I'll start it here. Buoyant force should be equal to what? F1 minus F2. Do we know buoyant force? What is the buoyant force density of liquid? Volume immersed into G. So what is F1? F1 is what we have to find out. What is F2? F2 will be area, this will be of radius R. F2 will be pressure into P2 into area. Let's come for volume immersed. What is the volume immersed? Volume of cylinder, pi R square into 3R. Volume of cylinder. In that, I'll remove hemisphere. What is the volume of hemisphere? 2 by 3 pi R cube into G equal to F1. P2 is what? P2 will be rho L G 2R pi R square. So solving all this, we'll get the required expression. Rho L, this will be 399 minus 2, 7. 7 pi R cube by 3G. So this will be 2 rho L pi R cube G. So what is the total force will be? Rho L pi R cube G, 7 by 3 plus 2. 3 2 just 6, 6, 6 plus 7, 13, 13 by 3. So this will be 13 pi rho L R cube G by 3. Okay, this is the force exerted by the liquid on the curved surface. Just that's the concept of what? The buoyancy. I'm showing the total question. Fine. So now year of notes, not only this, any object, any object. So if you know what force is acting here, if you know this force, and you know buoyant force, so you can calculate the force exerted by the liquid on the bottom. And what is the buoyant force? Buoyant force is equal to rho L Vg. I think there's a one super idea, no? Otherwise, what you should do, you should go for the hydrostatic method, assuming then on that small strip, what is the force acting? There's the method. I think this will be much easier, no? Sir, why it should be upward? You see, like a horizontal force will cancel out, no? Because this will be radially outward. It will be like this. The horizontal force will cancel out. So the resultant force will be vertical. And that is what we are calculating here. It's a very good concept, huh? Wide applications. Okay, now read the next question. I'll give the diagram. Read the question. Meanwhile, I'll draw the diagram. Huh? So we have there's a liquid and there is a solid is present. Okay, this solid, I'll just only shade solid. The liquid later on I'll shade it. Huh? Now I don't have time. It's a question from Pathfinder I picked up. Already we know some many concepts. Let's see that. Okay, we have read what is the volume of object V? Density phi is glued to the flat bottom of vessel containing water. The flat base of the object glued to the bottom has an area 100 centimeters square. Density of water, okay, 1000 gram. If you want, you can convert this one. If the maximum force that the glue can withstand is 2000, to what maximum height above the base can water be filled in the vessel so that the object is not torn apart from the base? Means it should not lose contact from the base. Okay, read, try. So meanwhile, I'll adjust the diagram. Okay, this is a liquid, this is a water. Okay, fine. No, I given enough diagram, everything. Okay, I'll begin the solving now. Okay, there's a thing. Okay, you get into. Okay, look at now. So first, what are the forces that will be acting? The weight, buoyant force. Okay, buoyant force. So somewhere I'll show it like this. So there's a buoyant force. Then the liquid will exert a force. There's a pressure force, PA. And the glue force in what direction? The glue force here I'll show this thick line. Only this much of area it is in contact, no? So the glue force will be acting downward. This will be F glue. And what are the resultant forces that will be acting? So one more small help. I'll make it so they'll be easy for you. Suppose if this is the solid object. This is a solid object. Above it, what happened? There'll be only look at that particular part here. Yeah, I'll draw the lines from here. No, carefully. So till here is what the liquid is present here, no? It's a very good problem. Huh? We have to fight with the idea here. We know concept. That idea is what we have to put effort. Nothing big. Okay, no. Carefully look at this one. Shall we write equation here? Any equations can we write? What is this buoyant force? Looking at this, buoyant force should be equal to weight of the solid, F glue, plus the force exerted by the liquid on the solid. So only, what is that PA? PA, we don't know. What is PA? Weight of the liquid above the area. So this is the area, no? This is the area, effective area. So why not here? So the liquid is present will exert force here. That resultant force will cancel out only the liquid which is present in this column. Its weight alone, what happen is what PA. You can't take, so the only weight, the weight of the liquid which is present in this vertical column, which I'm shading this one. Only what will happen, this will what? Weight of the liquid above the surface area A. So that will what happen will result PA. Okay, now we know buoyant force. What is the buoyant force? Density of water, volume V into G. Weight also given for us. Weight also given. So what is the weight? Weight will be density, like a density of the substance, Vg. Glue force given how much? 200, 2000. What is the pressure force? That should be equal to rho gh into A. Okay, I think we know all the things. Huh? Substitute that, solve for H, you'll get the required answer. H will be 5 meters. So why PA? We should take only the weight of the liquid above the glue surface. Remaining here, what that liquid will exert force, no? So this particular force will be balanced here. Only what will happen, because here there is no liquid. Am I right? So the net force will be only the weight of the liquid that is present above the surface area. That is what PA you should take here now. So why the PA, but surface area is totally different here. Only in this region, the liquid is upside, no? So this particular weight of the liquid is what? Will what? The pressure force. Okay, able to get this one? This will be. Okay, we'll take the next one. Huh? Some almost maximum diagram based questions today I took. Okay, we have a cone here. Read the question, read the question. I'll give the diagram. Okay, this is a cone is needed, no? Yeah. No, so this is the height of the cone. Not working properly, yeah? This one today.
For 21 GB.
What do you mean by relative density? Density of the substance with respect to water, no? Specific gravity or relative density, both are same. Twenty-seven by 64. 27 by 64. 27 by 64. Find the submerged height of the cone. Submerged height. Okay, no, get into the problem. Very simple diagram based. So this everything is water. Huh? This height is how much? 4 meter. They're asking, so what is that height h? So what do you mean by sigma? Sigma is relative density. So what is the actual density of the substance? So the density of relative density sigma is equal to sigma s by rho w. Sigma s equal to rho into sigma into rho w. Okay, fine. Relative density, specific gravity, all are the same, that one. Okay, let's get into the, it's a pure different shaped objects. If they are immersed, how to find out the volume immersed? That is our discussion. Tan theta. Okay, let's assume that one. So this is going to help us a lot. Tan theta. Tan theta equal to small r by h is equal to this one. So where r is equal to, so what is actually, what are the forces? Buoyant force will act here. Then the weight. The weight of the substance, weight of the solid will act here. So at equilibrium, the weight should be balanced by the buoyant force. Okay, now what is the weight? How you define weight? Of into pi r square. R is what we assumed it. R is what we assumed it. Pi r square h into, so what, density of the substance into g. So what is the buoyant force? Buoyant force should be equal to 1 by 3 pi r square h density of water into g. We don't know smaller. That smaller is what we are going to replace here. So 1 by 3 pi all get cancelled. So let's go for r square h. Sigma is what you can write, sigma into rho w. This will be 1 by 3. This got an r h by capital H whole square h into rho w. So look at all the things. So r square also get cancels. So this will be, finally what we are going to get is like h is equal to, am I right? The volume immersed, submerged, right? Find the submerged height of the cone is asking small h. It is equal to this much here. And different shaped objects will come. So we should know how to find out the height immersed. It's a cone is what I took it here. Shall I scroll down? At equilibrium, we are writing. The weight will be balanced by the buoyant force. Okay, now let's go for. This will be really challenging question for you. You see now what is the object? There it was a cone, no? Now I brought this one. So what is the basic idea now? What I'm trying to introduce? Different shaped objects, if they are immersed, then using some integration or some mathematics, we are going to find out the unknown thing. That's the basic idea. Okay, now read the question carefully. I'm testing your mathematics here. Okay, get into the calculation part. That 2h equal to r or h equal to r by 2, the condition. Is asking the density of solid to density of liquid. That's what, no? Liquid of a sphere of radius r floats in a liquid of density such that its diameter xx is below distance h from the free surface. The density of sphere is rho. Density of liquid to density of the sphere is what the question is being asked. Density of liquid is sigma, density of sphere is rho. I think you should not get confused here. This is very important. Ulta he has given here. And let's get into the calculation. So I'll begin like this. So what we have to find out is like, this is the diameter xx dash. So here what will happen, I'll assume a circular disc. Okay, let this be. So let this be y r. Let this be x. So how to, so what is the total volume? So first calculate the volume which is present above the diameter. Volume immerse we have to calculate. No, shall we break up this into two parts? One, hemisphere plus the other sum, this section. Shall we first calculate the volume of the yellow color solid region? How to calculate that one? So here we assumed a disk. I think I am really helping with a very good diagram. Okay, now proceed with the mathematics. I shown a thin disk. Okay, let's get into the thing, that one. So dV is equal to pi r square anybody what mathematics you can bring? First, actually, what is the volume of the thin disk? So first we'll go for that one. Volume of thin disk. So what is the volume of thin disk? Pi x square dy. Dy is the thickness. Dy will be the thickness. I think I'm unable to show it. I'll write it here. Dy is thickness. You write it this one. From the triangle, what we can write it as r square equal to x square plus y square. Let me replace x square. So then this will become dv is equal to pi r square minus y square into dy. So this will become pi r square integral of dy pi y square dy. What should be the dy? Dy, what shall I write? It's very simple. Problem is over. Dy shall I write 0 to h? 0 to h. So, and what is h? H equal to r. So pi r square h minus pi h cube by 3. Okay, now let's substitute. What is h? H is equal to r by 2. So this is r by 2 minus pi by 2. H is r by 2. So r by 2 whole cube. Okay, now pi r cube by 2, pi r cube by 8. This is 3, 2, 8, 24. Okay, now pi r cube. Anybody value of this?
11 pi r cube.
11
11
pi r
cube by
cube by
24.
24.
24. Okay, this is the, what shall we write this one? This is the V1, will write it. Huh? This will write V1. Then below volume is V2. So V1 is this one, this V2. What is the below volume? 2 by 3 pi r cube. Now what is the total volume immersed? V1 plus V2. Simple mathematics, nothing to do. You need not to scale anything. 11 pi r cube by 24, 2 by 3 pi r cube. I think pi r cube will take outside. So somebody should give me value, total simplification.
9 by 8 pi r cube.
9 by 8.
Yes, sir.
Okay, there's a volume immersed here. Okay, let's come for this one. So what is asking? Then the value of density. So what shall we put it like? Buoyant force should balance the weight of solid. What is the buoyant force? Density of the liquid sigma volume immersed into G. What is the weight of the solid? Weight of the solid should be equal to rho 4 by 3 pi r cube into G. Let's substitute all. Sigma, what is volume immersed? 9 by 8 pi r cube. G anyway will cancel out. Rho 4 by 3 pi r cube is asking now the ratio of sigma by rho. So sigma by rho should be equal to 8 into 4, 9 into 3, 32 by 27. I think that's the answer that I'll, okay, fine. Option 3.
Yes, sir.
You need not to scale, just basic mathematics. See, volume immersed, say some cylinder, cube is immersed, okay. Some cone or sphere, pyramid, if they are immersed, no, so take help of the mathematics. Just assume elemental volume, then integrate. Nothing big. Whatever be the now type of object, let it be immersed. I think you can now manage. If there's some like a half of the sphere immersed, yes, you know, volume immersed. Cylinder, cube comes, rectangular box comes. You know how to manage. Questions like this will come. So what you are going to do? Take elemental volume, then you are going to take the integration. V1 is what? The shaded yellow color. V2 is what? The remaining hemisphere. V1, I think the above V1, this will be spherical cap like that it will come. No, I don't know. In mathematics, you call some name by this structure. Huh? That's what we have calculated. So this is what the integration. Huh? Okay, I'll take the next one. All these are syllabus. Huh? You don't think that something I'm teaching that one. All these are a part of syllabus, can be asked. I'm testing your now. Read the question now. Very fast you recollect somewhere you have come across diagrams of this kind. Okay, let me start with the diagram. Meanwhile, you read question and analyze it. So we have here a inside that there's a cone. Okay, no. So I think everyone is able to understand the diagram. It's a cone. Yeah, nicely it has come. Fine. How you are going to manage this? Let's see. Just now I told you, no, you are going to come across a different type of structures here. There's a hollow. See that one. It's a shell, spherical shell. Shell means able to get this one. So this is the vacuum. So cone is only present here. The apex angle of cone is 60 degrees. So he has given some angle for our help. Okay, let's have this one. Apex angle is 60 degrees. So that will be 30 degrees. Theta will become 30 degrees. And density is given for us. And this everything is water. Okay, this is a vacuum. It is released from this position. Net torque about center of mass of the system immediately after release is. Where the center of mass of solid cone will come? Somebody should answer.
3h by 4.
H by 4 from the base, 3h by 4 from the apex. Am I right? So h by 4, it will come somewhere here. Then we have radius of the shell. Let me put it. So this is the radius. So what is this? O is the center of the shell. C is the center of gravity. And now what are the forces that are going to act here? So let's get into forces. The weight of the cone. Where the buoyant force should act? Where the buoyant force should act here. Anywhere, sir, what is there in buoyant force? Anywhere? Can we show it anywhere in this problem? Is what you have to think. Please, all of you, put effort. Don't just mere watch. Huh? I think now I'm giving some sufficient help. So the surrounding is what is it? Tell me buoyant force through what point it will act? Through the center of buoyancy. So who is immersed? Cone or the shell is immersed? The shell, no? And inside the shell, what will be that one? So through what point the buoyant force will act here, no? Through the center of the volume immersed. What is the volume immersed? Shell is what? The volume immersed, no? So the buoyant force will act through what? Through the point O. Point O will become center of buoyancy. Through that particular point, the buoyant force will act. This is very important observation. Okay, now we know buoyant force. Okay, what is the question that is asked? Torque that is being set up. So if a rigid body is set free to rotate, it will rotate about which point? It will rotate about its center of mass. So we know center of mass where it is. At a distance. Okay, I shaded everything. Okay, let's come for this one. The center of this P. So what is a PC? PC should be equal to height of the cone, spherical shell of radius. How much he has given? 6 meters. So what do you expect the height of the cone? So it should be equal to h by 4. Okay, the cone height is what we should calculate here. Radius of the shell is telling. So first of all, let me directly come for this one. So it will set up a torque. Torque will act about center of mass. tau C should be equal to Bion force. The Bion force will act like this. Bion force into OC. So what is the Bion force? Bion force should be equal to density of water 4/3 pi r cube g into OC. We don't know distance OC. Anybody how to get the OC value? He has given apex angle of the cone. Okay, let's get into the cone diagram. What all we know. A plane diagram I'm taking help of. So we know this is 30 degrees. We need this height of the cone. We need height of the cone here. So this is the center O. This is C, so this is P. And we know this distance. What is this distance? This distance should be equal to R. This distance is also O P1, I'll write it. Yeah. OP1 is equal to OA should be equal to R. Will I agree? So this will get an isosceles triangle. So this angle should also be 30. Try to notice the diagram. So we know R, that one. So if you know OA and OP1, can we predict what is AP1? If you know AP1, from that I'll get AP. From AP, if I know, I can calculate CP. Pure geometry, nothing to do. So this angle should be 60. Anybody value of AB? Cos 30 should be equal to Are you able to see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Oh, we have lost everything. Huh? Okay, we'll rewrite. I think PC is equal to. I'll draw the diagram once again. Okay, now this is O. This is A. This is P1. This is P, P2. And this is the center C. I think we have done like this. Huh? This is 30 degrees. This should be 30. And OA should be equal to OP1 should be equal to R. So this angle will be 90. And I took this is B. So cos 30. Okay, let me write. I assume data like this, no? OA equal to OP1 is equal to R. Then cos 30 is equal to AB by OA. So what is AB? This is equal to R root 3 by 2. And AB is equal to P1. AB is equal to P1B. So therefore now we know the side AP1. AP1 should be equal to how much? 2AB plus P1B. So this should be equal to R root 3 by 2, R root 3 by 2, which is equal to R root 3. So if you know that, can we calculate height? So what is the height of the cone? Height of the cone is AP, no? Now from that triangle, cos 30 should be equal to AP by AP1. See, all these are students supposed to do our mathematics. Physics concept is over. Buoyancy. The remaining things, what happens, students should immediately jump into the picture. So what is H is equal to AP1 cos 30. AP1 is what? R root 3 by 2. What is cos 30? Root 3 by 2. So 3R is what? Height of the cone. Check it, is it? Sorry, 3R by 2. 3R by 2 is the height of the cone. If you know height of the cone, can we calculate now the distance PC? PC will be H by 4, no? If you know PC, can we calculate OC? See, finally, our target was to get OC, that's all. So how to get to OC? We know everything now. Now we know AP, that one. So in that PC, we know it. So how to, what is H is equal to AO plus OC plus PC. PC is what? 3R by 8. AO is what? R. I'll take the next part. H is equal to 3R by 2. AO is R, OC we don't know, PC is 3R by 8. Solve it, we'll get expression for OC. That value of OC, if I substitute, I'll get the torque. I'll bring this data here. Anybody value of OC?
R by 8.
Just R by 8, huh? Okay, we are going to substitute here. So this will be 4 by 3 pi R cube G. So this much is the torque that is acting. How much will get? This 1/4 will be pi rho W R cube G by 6 R to power of 4. Okay, this is a thing. 10 pi 12 x cube. Okay, again is substituting value of R. Okay, leave that one. Okay, this will be our answer. Do calculation later on. Okay, I'll show the total question. So what all we did. Some mathematics. Say buoyant force is just center of buoyancy. So what is O you should call now? What is O? O is the center of buoyancy. Yeah? I think there's a strict condition. O is center of buoyancy and C is what? Center of gravity. Okay, need not bother. Density of water, density of core not needed. Huh? Okay, let's take the next question. Now this is something just to trouble you. Now read the question. Look at the gravity. G naught 1 plus x by L minus J cap. Vessel is completely filled with water. Density of material of rod is 2 times the density of water. L is the length of rod. Rod is free to rotate above the hinge edge, mass of the rod. Initial tension the string just after cutting the string, angular acceleration of the rod just after cutting this one. So yeah, G is variable. Huh? Okay, the whole setup. Okay, there's a string and next we have a rod. Read the question. Meanwhile I'll adjust the diagram. Yeah, now it will be. Let's get into. So it is hinged here. The coordinate axis is telling y, x-axis, all that particular thing. Okay, let's find the density of material of rod is 2 times the density of the rod. So this having density. Density is constant. The G is variable. So how to manage? So what are the forces that will be acting? Tension. Where the weight of the rod should act? L is the length of the rod. Where the weight will not act through the midpoint. Will I agree? The effective G is what you should calculate, the effective weight. So I'll proceed like this. Huh? Let this be the dW. So what are the forces? What about the, so initial telling just after cutting string, initial tension the string is asking. First we'll calculate initial tension, other things and all. So first we'll calculate the effective weight, the effective bind force. The bind force should act upward, the weight should act downward. And there will be reaction in the inch. So shall we do one thing? So he has given the density of rod sigma, no, that is the uniform. And the density of rod is 2 times of liquid. So definitely I think the resultant weight should be downward. So here at this particular point, bind force also will come. The resultant weight should be dF downward. So what is the dF? So the dF will proceed with the dF like this. The net bind force should be equal to dF minus dFb. What is dF? Sigma into dm into g. What about the bind force? Rho into volume immersed. Volume immersed will be area of cross section dx into g. So further dm what you can write? A into dx. Okay, there's no problem. So definitely what we can write, sigma minus rho a dx into g. There's a method, and sigma is 2 times of that. So therefore this will be 2 rho minus rho ppt here. So now, so this will become only rho. What is rho? Rho is the density of water. So A, so G dx. Now you bring that G into the picture. So what is G is equal to? G naught 1 plus x by L into dx. So rho A G naught dx 1 by L x dx. So this is the bind force. So now this should be equal to how much? 0 to L, 0 to L. So this is a resultant force, huh? Rho A G naught L plus L square by 2 will become only L. So this will become rho A G naught Okay, this is a force that the resultant force that will be acting downward. Huh? So he's asking tension. So there'll be reaction at the inch. So we don't know that reaction at the inch. I'll take it that to be upward. Ry. So the resultant force F is acting downward. But what is asking initial tension the string, how to calculate? So here what will happen? The torque set up by the tension and this force should be equal and opposite. Then only it's in equilibrium. This is about only force I brought. After getting this, I'm going to substitute it. I'll get the Ry. The problem has now started. Okay, let's get into, now let's go for the torque. The net torque about O should be 0. Wall will set up torque, the torque due to tension, T into L anti-clockwise. Then torque due to this resultant force should be dF into X. T into L anti-clockwise, I'll take it positive. Clockwise, let it be negative. What is dF again? dF again will be rho Ag dx into X. TL is equal to rho Ag x dx 0 to L. So rho Ag L square by 2. Or tension is equal to how much? Rho Ag L by 2. Oh, G variable, no? So sorry. I forgot G. G is a variable. Okay, next step, it will be T into L. Rho A, G is what? G naught 1 plus x by L x dx 0 to L. Yeah. Now T into L is equal to rho A G naught. This will be x dx 0 to L 1 by L x square dx 0 to L. L square by 2, L square by 3. Rho A phi rho A G naught L square by 6. Finally, tension is equal to how much? Phi rho A G naught L by 6. Now what will happen? I'll equate for equilibrium. Ry plus T, Ry plus T minus total mass of the rod is m. In terms of mass also, we can express here. This should be the m again, G is variable, no? So we'll directly write it here. This will be F equal to 0. Okay, what is the reaction? Now tension we brought it. In terms of rho A G naught, I'm bringing it, answer. Again, if you want, sir, how to bring in terms of M? So Ry plus T minus F, that one. So here the reaction is the tension, we got it. I think initial tension, this thing. So reaction
So we're not able to hear you, sir.
no, okay.
Yes, sir. Now it's okay. Sir.
Okay.
You see that final answer I'm bringing in terms of things. Sigma AL. Sigma is what density, no? Area of cross section of the rod is A. So that will become this one. So like this, what happened? We got the tension. Little bit lengthy. He has made a lot of twist here. And just after cutting, will I agree this from where I, so what shall I do? The row, what happened? I'm replacing this one. No, just after cutting the string. So with this, you can calculate the reaction at the inch also. How to calculate the reaction at the inch after this? Ry plus T total force, let it be here, equal to 0. You can calculate the reaction at the inch. I'll make it small. I think total quotient visible, see it carefully. So what is Ry? Ry will be reaction at the inch. After this, just after cutting the string, angular acceleration of the rod. How to bring this? What all torque will be set up by only this one, no? This resultant force only will set up a torque. So angular acceleration, it should be equal to d torque should be equal to df into x, 0 to L. So calculate this. I think, can you work out this one? Just you have to integrate. Don't substitute f, df only substitute, then substitute also g variable. Then you have to calculate. After getting this torque should be equal to, angular acceleration should be equal to torque by moment of inertia. What is moment of inertia? ml square by 3. No, again, where all that rho is there, no, rho A L naught. You have to write in terms of sigma, then you have to solve it so that that m gets eliminated. Can you work out? I'll proceed to the next concept. Option C will come if you solve it. How to calculate torque? Okay, and I'll show it. So we are at the end. No. Okay, this will be rho A G dx into x, 0 to L. Further, this torque is equal to rho A G. G is what? G naught. Okay, simplify this. So this everything will come rho A G naught outside. Then integral of x dx 0 to L 1 by L x square dx 0 to L. Solve it, you'll get the torque. That you substitute, you'll get the angular acceleration. Okay, fine. Can you do calculation? I'll proceed to the next one. Different types, just only to make you aware of different conditions here. Okay, we'll see the next one. Okay, read the question, no? I think everything is available. Find the value of n. What would the ID in the top liquid is, or just it's then the ID in the top liquid is 2 minus rho s by rho to the power of 1 by n. Find the value of n. Okay, it will get confused. Okay, read the question, no? Let me take help of diagram. Height d, it's an equilibrium, no? It's an equilibrium. Tell me, like, is asking height d, that one. If h is height of the cone, a conical body of height h, total height of the cone is h. So altogether, can you recollect the Bayern force? So directly take the definition. Let's get into the, for equilibrium, Bayern force is balanced by the weight of the solid. Weight of the solid will act vertically down. Bayern force will be vertically up. Agreed? Okay, now what is the Bayern force? Rho into volume immersed in upper part of the cone. Rho, density of this rho. What is the volume of upper part of the cone? So for that, you see some conditions are there. We don't know radius, no? So call this is R, this is R, this is small r. 1 by 3 pi r square d into g plus what is the volume of the next part? The two parts are there, no? So in the bigger cone, 2 rho, 1 by 3 pi r cube h minus 1 by 3 pi r cube d into g. This should be equal to weight of the solid. What is the weight of the solid? Rho is 1 by 3 pi r square h into g. Please do notice you have, so sir, like we are not understanding. So what is this? The yellow color is what? The volume of cone immersed in the upper part of the liquid. And what is next? The remaining part of the cone will be immersed in the lower liquid. So this is what I'm shading it here. Able to understand? We took simple idea cylinder. Now I brought a cone like that. I can bring a sphere. So different shaped objects will be floating in more than one liquid. So he is asking to get expression for D. What are unknown things? Did you notice what are unknown things? The small r and capital R are unknown things. Now how to eliminate? So take help of triangle. Okay, let's simplify. I think here pi g will get eliminated. So rho r square d, rho r square d plus 2 rho r cube h r cube d is equal to, this will be rho s r cube h. I think this much is what is available. So we have to get expression for small d. That is our question. So this will be so rho r square by d pi r square. Okay, that square all these. Let's do for calculation. R square, this was r square, this r square. So rho r square d minus 2 rho r square d. So this should be equal to how much? 2 rho r square h minus rho r square d is equal to rho s r square h. We wanted expression for d, so therefore this will be 2 rho r square h minus rho s r square h is equal to rho r square d. So this will be 2 rho minus rho s h by rho r by r whole square into d. So we don't know this particular smaller by cap because that we assumed it, not given. How to do that one? I'll take help of a triangle. Actually, you are supposed to work out. All these are maths based. Huh? Simple idea, nothing is there. More maths application has come. Call this is theta. And now from tan theta, what you can write it? R by d by r by h. So can we replace anything smaller by capital R? D by h, write it here. So 2 rho minus rho s, h is equal to rho into, so this will be d by h whole square into d. So this will become 2 minus rho s by rho h cube is equal to d cube. So finally, what is the value of d? D will be 2 minus rho s by rho h into 1 by 3. So what is value of 1? N 3. So are you slowly getting the idea? Different shaped objects will be immersed in a liquid or will be immersed at the interface of a liquid. No problem. We can just use this condition. Nothing big. So what you should be very good. You should be very good in what? The basic geometry. The different shaped objects. What are how their height, radius, volumes, where the center of mass of them, how they are all related is what a student must have awareness. Nothing more than this not needed. I'll scroll down. One more problem will take it. 20 minutes time is there. This already we have done. Okay, we'll take the any one more problem based on the torque. Read the question. A uniform rod uniform rod of length 6 meter and mass. So mass of the rod B m1g, I'll write it. So everything is liquid. Specific gravity, it is injured at one end at a depth of 4 meter. Later on, I'll show that liquid. At the other end, a body of mass is placed on the rod so that the rod remains in equilibrium with full immersion. So the rod remains with one end just near the free surface of water. Mass m is not immersed. What is the value of m? Tell me like where the buoyant force will act. The buoyant force should act here. We don't know this theta. Okay, let's see what we can do. And we know length. This is L by 2. L by 2. What are the forces that are acting? Let's see that. A reaction at the hinge will come. So if you want, you can calculate that reaction at the hinge also. Let's get into the thing, that one. Can we equate forces? If we equate forces, what is the problem? Ry plus Fb minus mg minus m1g equals 0. So what is the thing? We know buoyant force. There's no problem with this. This m is unknown. We know m1g. We don't know ry. That's why this equation will not help us. Shall I go for torque? I'll go for torque. So what is the expression for torque? Net torque about O should be 0. This is C. This is A will take it. So net torque about 0.0 should be 0. O will set up torque, the weight, m1g L by 2 cos theta, clockwise. Then buoyant force Fb L by 2 cos theta. Why buoyant force should act here? Why exactly opposite to the weight of the rod? Why not somewhere here? Because full length of the rod is immersed. Can you recollect? Now the total length of the rod is immersed, so therefore buoyant force will act through the center of buoyancy, where the center of buoyancy now will be the midpoint of the rod. If the half of the length is immersed, then the center of buoyancy will come at L by 4. I think yesterday we discussed one problem. Please do compare. So then this should be equal to, then due to weight, mgl cos theta equals 0. Anyway, like a L will get eliminated, cos theta will get eliminated. So m1 by j anti-clockwise, fb by 2. So this is clockwise, minus mg equal to 0. So we know weight of the rod 1.5, 10, 2. Buoyant force, density of water, AL G by 2. This mg, we don't know. Okay, the G also gets eliminated. Okay, this will become minus 3 by 4. Rho W AL by 2 minus 3 by 4 equal to M. We don't know area of cross section of the rod. We don't know area of cross section of the rod, no? How to this? So let's come for this one. Mass he has given. Mass, density, what you can write. Specific gravity has given. First, what is specific gravity? 0.6 equal to density of rod. Let me write sigma. Sigma by rho W. 0.6 rho W. Then how you define mass? Density is equal to mass by volume. Mass by volume. So what is now A? You can write it in place of A. You should write it as M1 by sigma L. You see that it will become very simple. Further, or directly AL you can replace it easier. Directly AL you can replace. Just some calculation, nothing. M1 by sigma. What is further? Sigma you can add 0. M1 we know. Sigma what you can add 0.6 by rho W. So L into rho W, what you can write it as? Substitute that M1 by see all some small observations which you have to make it. So value of M1 we know 1.5, substitute that and solve, you get the mass of the particular block. So that center of buoyancy, are you getting no? Total rod is immersed, center of buoyancy will be center of gravity. If 1/4 half of the rod is immersed, then center of buoyancy will be at L by 4. So for rod, okay, we are able to tell. For different shaped objects, center of buoyancy calculation again will be very difficult. It's not a part of syllabus. That's why I just took only simple cases here. Now, after getting the value of M, substitute here, then you can get the reaction also. So what are Ry, Rx? They are the reactions. So it's possible. They may ask you that also. So buoyant force, can it set up a torque? Yes, it can also set up a torque. And that's the overall conclusion we are making it. I'll scroll down. Oh, here's a big problem. I need time. I will take one more. I think a small problem is there. Yesterday we have discussed, no? Okay, once again we'll see. Anyway, we have 10 minutes time. No diagram. Read the question. Floats in water of density 2 rho. The lower surface cube just touches the free end of massless spring of force constant. Okay, figure the bottom where weight W is put over the block so that it is completely immersed in water without wetting it. Then find the value of W. I think yesterday we did. Once again, let me revise it. Edge density rho floats in water of density. How much of the cube will be immersed in water? Any idea? Because he has given density. I think half of it will be immersed in water. How do we can say half? Look at the density of them. Just touches the free end of a spring. Just touches the free end of a spring. So what is the spring? Relaxed. Edge A is telling. So A by 2 will be immersed. So this is the density rho. This is 2 rho. How much of mass must be added? So there's a W. I'll take it. So that without wetting the weight. So this should be the condition. Without wetting weight means it should come to this position. What are the, now initially, so I think there's no need of anything, but how much will be immersed initial length? Any idea? X1. So what is the formula? H by, and I'll directly get into this one. So there's a buoyant force, there's a weight. What is the buoyant force? 2 rho. Volume immersed, we don't know. It's a cube. H G should be equal to rho A square A cube. So what should be the value of H? H should be equal to how much? A by 2. So how much spring should be compressed? Shall we say A by 2? So how much of spring force should act here? No? So let's start showing all the forces. Spring force will be Kx, I'll call it. So what should be the value of X? The spring should be compressed by how much of distance? should be by H or A by 2, that one. Spring force we know. So we know weight of this W1, we know weight of the block. So let's equate, and also the buoyant force. Let's equate all this one. Kx plus buoyant force equal to W1 plus mg. K, what is x? X is A by 2. Buoyant force should be equal to 2 rho A cube g. W1 should be rho A cube g plus mg. M should be equal to Ka by 2g plus rho E. Rho A cube. This much of mass should be added here. See what is all our way of learning, along with the buoyant force, spring force, normal contact, friction, then buoyant force will set up a torque, then tension. These are all types of numericals will be there. So what is your entire idea? If a body is immersed in a liquid, the buoyant force will act, and the buoyant force will act through center of buoyancy and get into problem. So there can be some torque, so there can be some equilibrium forces, it can accelerate. These are the ideas, is what everything is involved. And don't forget what is the buoyant force. Buoyant force is what? Force exerted by the liquid on solid. Finish word. So I think minute observation. Student actually, what actually is like, they don't want to analyze this. This is what the physics, the way your teacher select question is there, then drawing diagram. So what actually you do is like, you are living this part directly. What happened? You are, I don't know what you imagine, you want to write some equation. So there the trouble will start. Okay, spend time here. Happily draw the diagrams, everything. Now looking at the diagram, write equation. Chance of going wrong will be very less, and you can manage better comfortably. Same problem, sir. If a container, if it accelerates, what you're going to do if it accelerates? Effective G you're going to bring. Where all G is there, effective G. G effective will come into picture. Nothing big. Now, once again, I'm reminding, anything I'll update. All anything, whatever be that one, either assignment or no class, everyday class notes. This will be the password, huh? Fine. And this will be the password. Okay, I'll wind up the class. Okay, we'll continue. Tomorrow I'll continue from here. Okay, thank you all of you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you all of you. Take care. Bye. See you.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.